Well, my name, again, is Gerard Cherry, and I'm a former professional athlete. I played in the NFL for 9 years. And in the course of those 9 years, I played for several different teams, that being the New Orleans Saints, the Philadelphia Eagles, and I finished my career with the New England Patriots, where I was...
Tough crowd, tough crowd. Is Tom Brady really as cute in person as my wife thinks he is? No comment. All right, good. I don't want to talk about it either. Cool. Well, you were able to see some success with the Patriots, and you have some things you've collected, I guess, from that. And it was shared with me this morning that you made a commitment last night with one of those things. We saw some incredible sacrificial giving last night with our students, and you decided that you guys as a family wanted to do something too. So why don't you share that with us, because I found it really inspirational what you decided to do.
If it's okay with you, I'll kind of share my testimony and what led up to that as well. Well, pretty much, you heard David Nasser speak about your idols. And for me, just to give you some more of my background, I grew up in California. I was born in North Carolina, and I moved to California. And when I moved there, essentially, the cultural differences were extreme, where in North Carolina, I was poor, but I didn't know it. But when I moved to California, it was obvious, and I sensed it, and I felt horrible about myself. So, in a sense, I went through life, especially in my teenage years and elementary school, really not liking myself, feeling that I was ugly and things weren't right. And I was attributed to the fact that I was poor. So I was very talented, I guess, obviously, in football. And that was my escape. And that was my ticket out. But unfortunately for me, it also became my idol, where I worshiped, lived for, and would die for football. And I could totally relate to that story of the young man who had a choice to make between Notre Dame and God. But for me, especially through my pro years, I chose football. And leading up to what we're talking about right now, I don't know if you guys recall the first Super Bowl that the Patriots won. It was in 2001 with the whole 9/11 deal and us being the Patriots. The country kind of took us on our wings because we were the underdogs. But if you recall that game, it came down to a last-second field goal where we weren't supposed to win the game. It was a much better team, the Rams, that is, that we were playing against, and they were starting to make a comeback in the fourth quarter. So our kicker, Adam Vinatieri, runs out on the field, and Tom Brady makes this great drive, and he comes out on the field, and like 7 seconds left, he kicks the field goal, ball goes through the uprights. Everyone's going nuts, crazy, jumping up around like you guys do with Steve Fees out here. And the first thing that comes to my head is that it? And you guys heard the background of my story. Football was my everything. And now I'm saying to myself, wow, this wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It didn't complete me. It didn't make me feel like I had obtained it all. And you're talking to a guy that played on a football team that was absolutely horrible. And it was by the grace of God that I even had a scholarship, never won a championship in college or anything. But I dedicated at least 20 years of my life so far to football. So to have my first gut reaction be, that's it, was weird for me. And that got me on a path and a road to realizing that there's more to life than MTV Cribs, being at the VIP section of the club and all those type of things. And it's unfulfilling. And having the nice car and the jewelry and all those things. And last night, it was interesting because we left out of here with us being, I guess, short $20,000 or whatnot for another orphanage. So I'm walking out of I don't know what you call this place, the worship center, and I run into Courtney. She's with Operation Barnabas, and I had met her earlier that day. And we had just had casual conversation. Hey, how you doing? My name is Gerard. She introduced herself and what she does. And it was just left at that. So I'm walking out of the building. She says to me, hey, think you'll give one of your Super Bowl rings? And I really believe the Holy Spirit prompted her to say that. I was like, you know what? I just might. And I ran to my wife, not even halfway out the building. I said, babe, I'm going to give one of our Super Bowl rings to the orphanage so they can build an orphanage. So that's what we're going to do.
I know that these guys would want it said that all that praise goes to God. He blessed you with that ring in the first place, and so you're giving back something that was already His. So you guys are screaming and clapping for Him, and we're not trying to spotlight any individual this morning, over anyone else. We just want to show you another example of sacrificial giving, of someone saying, this is what I have. There's an opportunity that I can bless others, and so they gave out of everything. They gave what they had, and we wanted to spotlight that for you guys so that you could see what sacrificial giving was, and hopefully that'll encourage you to continue to make a difference like you guys did last night. So thanks, guys.